I think we're live a little early, but that's okay. I think we were going to drop it at 4:55, but that means I'm on time. I'm early, right? I'm going to give people a few minutes to get in here, let the notifications go out, start talking about what we're going to talk about today, content-wise, at about the 2-minute mark. We're going to give people time to come in. I see you, Ryan. Major salute. I see Robella's in the building. All right, so first things first, let's check audio, because that's really the most important thing about this stream today. How's the audio sound for you guys here? Can you guys hear me okay? 2020 Tesla said he's never even heard of a 609 letter. Cool. Well, we're going to cover that today. Very simple. It's not difficult to do. All right, let's see here. Yep. All right, just let me get the 2-minute mark. Hey, what's up, Zay? I see you. Salute to Zay TRD in the building. I see him. All right, we're at 2 minutes, so we're going to get into here now. So here's some of the things that you need to get before you even get started. And this is the most important part of writing a 609 letter. Now, a 609 letter, what that means is there's a code in the Fair Credit Reporting Act that is section 609, hence where 609 credit letter comes from. Let's get some more light in here. That might actually blow out the camera, huh? All right, so let's talk a little bit about that. So what a 609 letter is code 609 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Everything good? You need anything? You need me to pause? You sure? And there's some very important things that you need before you get started. One, obviously, the information. So you need to pull up a copy of your credit report to see any of the negative information. Now, you can go to annualcreditreport.com once a year and get all that information for free. And you're going to need a credit report because you want to be able to write down on a separate piece of paper all of the accounts in question, whether they're credit cards or auto loans or whatever. Okay. Now, some people say you need your birth certificate. I've never had to use one. Do have a copy of your social security card. Driver's license, another copy front and back of that. Maybe a tax return, the front page, which shows your social security number on it or the last time you filed taxes. Those are all relevant things to have. A rental or a mortgage agreement that shows where you live and that it's actually you. And the reason why I'm telling you to get this together now, and this is what I was talking about when we went live the other night, is that they changed some of the things with 609. You used to be able to just make a copy of your driver's license front and back and your social security card and send that in with a letter with everything that you were disputing under code 609, and they would get it up out of there. But people started getting this information and started using it more heavily. So then they try to make it more restrictive. And it's yes, arbitrary, and they shouldn't, but the bureaus do that. So, like I said, Social Security card, driver's license, maybe the top sheet of your tax return from last year, and a rental agreement or your mortgage statement from the last month, and or if you can't get either one of those, a utility bill with your name and address on it. Pretty simple. Okay, you have copies of all of that, and then you're going to basically write a very simple letter. Okay, you're going to have a subject line, and the subject line is going to say Fair Credit Reporting Act Section 609. Okay, pretty simple, right? Now, I'm going to leave you guys a template, and I have a template here, and I'm going to put it in the description down below. And I know this is not going to, of course, it's not going to show, but I have a full template for you where you guys can literally copy and paste that template and print it and fill it. But basically, we'll read it off to you real quick. It's real easy. Dear Credit Reporting Agency, and then you're going to put in, Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax, and you're going to send a different version of this letter to all three of those bureaus. And the letter basically says this: I'm exercising my right under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Section 609, to request information regarding an item that is listed on my consumer credit report, D's Nuts Collections, okay, with an agency account number of 69, 69, 69, 69. Okay, like this is just an example of an account, okay? And you do that for every single account that you are disputing. Now, we're going to talk about why 609 works here in just a minute. As per, and then the letter continues, as per Section 609C, the source of the information, which is the original, this is the key word, this is why this works, the original contract that contains my signature. This is the key to Section 609. You are entitled to see the contract that contains your signature. My identifying, and then you continue. My identifying information as follows: date of birth, social security number. If you do have an attorney, most of you don't, so I don't even need to get into that, but you would need to put your attorney's information in there if you have somebody that's representing you. And then you write this: as proof of my identity, I have included copies of social security card, driver's license, W-2. I've also included a copy of my credit report with the account I am requesting to have verified, circled, and highlighted. That's where you go to annual credit report, you'd print it off, and you highlight those, but you're also listing them in the letter. Make sense? Sincerely, your name. Okay. Now you're going to have to take these packets. Now, here's the thing: a credit repair agency will do this for you. You're going to pay probably $50 to $100 a month, depending on your state. They may not be, but a lot of places they don't. They're not very honorable. They don't care, and they're going to try to milk you as long as they can before they get any results for you. That's just how that works. It's the hustle. It's part of the game. There's no need for that. However much it costs for a stamp is all it's going to take, or 2 stamps, for you to do this. Tech Level Mama is in the building. Oh, not much, Tech Level Mama. We're talking about Section 609 and credit repair and how you can repair your credit for free today. Pretty easy. So now that you have these done, you're going to take these 3 packets. Oh, before we get into mailing it, let's talk about why Section 609 works, okay? Most places, if you've ever financed a car, they have you sign a bunch of shit, right? You sign documents out the ass everywhere. There's documents for all kinds of shit, right? And you sign probably 25 times. The dealer keeps a copy of that on file, not just a finance company, forever. And the ones that don't, Birdman hand rub, boop, that's coming off your credit report if it ever was negative, because they have to keep a copy of it. This is why they're so anal about signatures and having all this crap. But listen to this. This is the part that is awesome. Section 609, 2020 Tesla. Not only have I done this, my credit's great. by the way. Not only have I done this, but I'm not going to put them on blast, but there's several other YouTubers from other channels that I manage here on YouTube, or people that I interact with on YouTube that can tell you that I've helped them fix their credit and get them from like the fours in the low fours up into the low 700s and high sixes in about a month or 2 months just by doing this process. It's very simple. And this is basically what most of your credit repair agencies do. Some of them have access to trade lines and they can kind of bury your negative credit by just with FICO 10 and moving forward the way that they calculate credit now. You can't just go get on somebody's $50,000 credit card and think that your credit is going to be better. It's just not. Sorry. So let's go ahead and talk about why Section 609 works. It's better than filing a dispute because you can dispute, right? You can file a dispute. And sometimes if you dispute stuff, it falls off. But Section 609 is just so stronger than any other section in the Fair Credit Reporting Act because of how powerful it is. Robel, hard inquiries, it doesn't matter. Here's the thing, Robel, you can also remove inquiries using this letter. Listen to this key part of the section. It is very, 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 very simple. Okay. As per Section 609, you are entitled to be the source of the information, which is the original contract that contains my signature. So what does that mean? When you file one of these, what's up, Angie? Major salute to Angie in the building. When you file these letters, no way, Jose says, hold on, we'll get to this in a minute. I disputed stuff and they refused to remove it. What do you do then? You didn't file it. Do you file it? You filed 609 credit letters and they refused to remove it. Then you have a shut slam dunk case. You could take them to court and get a fat check. I mean, it's easy. Uh-oh. Somebody said I'm buffering. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, I can't win today, man. Give me a second. Let's try this. Yeah, Jose, the 609 is important. Here's the thing. I'm going to switch could be better. Okay. I know I was buffering. We're going to give it a second. I'm going to wait for it to catch up. And then we're going to do a quick check again before we get into this because I need to make sure that there's no buffering, there's no breaks, there's no issues, so you guys get this information appropriately. So, quick sound check, quick audio video check. Is it playing? Can you hear me? Is it working appropriately? Let me know in the chat right now, and we'll wait for that, and then we'll keep it going. No problem, Angie. I'm glad somebody spoke up and said something if it was buffering. I just switched my data connection to something else. I'm good now. Video's good. No buffering now. Awesome. All right. So, somebody says still buffering. You know what? Part of it could be that it's just hating. So some people says it's good. Some people said it's buffering. This sucks. Because I really want to. The reason why I wanted to do a live stream is because I can interact with you guys in real time and answer questions as opposed to shooting a video and uploading it, which I guess I could premiere it. No, this is what's crazy is before we were on Spectrum internet. Now we're on Verizon. It says I'm okay now. Okay. All right. So let me cover this real quick. No way Jose said he filed a dispute and they didn't remove it. That's fine. And that happens. Here's the important part, though, guys, is if that happens, the Section 609. Oh, the video looks clearer too. All right, cool. So maybe it upped the bandwidth and we're good now. All right, so I'm going to put it's not in the description yet, but I'm going to drop it in the description, okay? And it's a full like form. You can literally just copy and paste it and print it and then fill in the information that you need to. Well, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, Tech Level Mama, so I doubt it's the tower congested. Every time I check, there's only like 2 or 3 people in my area that are on my network, but it says I'm good now. So this is the key title to Section 609, and will tell you. And basically, I think a lot of you guys that are on there have common sense, so you probably will figure out why stuff gets removed off the report. Section 609 says very clearly, and this is the law, I'm entitled to see the source of the information, which is the original contract that contains my signature. So when you file a 609 letter, the bureaus then send out what's like a teletype. It's like an electronic message to the lender or the creditor and say, we need a copy of the contract that was signed by you, right, the debtor. And if they give them 14 days to respond back. At the end of those 14 days, now the law doesn't say whether it has to be business days or just days. Some credit bureaus, if they want to slow walk you, they will literally say business days. Other ones keep it 100 and they do it in 14. All right. Thank you, Rico. I see you. Major salute. So what happens once they've contacted a creditor and 14 days passes? Well, it's like a clock. They set a thing on it. They set those items, they flag them in their system, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. And if they don't respond in the appropriate amount of time, they might send them another message as it's getting closer, be like, hey, do you guys have any response on this? And if they don't get any response, guess what happens? Off your report. It's gone. What if it only report? Ryan, you're going to send it to all 3 bureaus. So this is that whole thing. When you write the 609 credit letter, it goes to all 3 credit bureaus, right? So you have to build a packet, and you're going to mail that off, certified mail with return receipt. We're going to get to that whole aspect in a minute. Because the 14 days that you're looking at literally starts when they receive the package. Because the day they get it, they have to go through that, and they have to contact those creditors that day, right? That's when the clock starts ticking. Tick, 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 tick. Now, there's a couple other things you can do. As you're getting close to the 14 days, and now someone's going to say that you're being redundant or it's a redundancy. You don't need to do that. But personally, I say apply maximum pressure. The credit bureaus don't give 2 shits about you as a person. In fact, they give no fucks about you at all. Okay. So you want to print it, DJ Lady JTV, because, and I'm answering that question, you want to print it out. It needs to be printed. The reason why is you don't want there to be any excuse of we couldn't read your handwriting. We couldn't understand what you were saying. And the credit bureaus would do all kinds of little bullshit like that to try not to take your letter in because they know how powerful that section is. Think about this. All the things that you sign for online, right? Have you ever physically signed with a pen in a cell phone store for a phone? You might have financed a phone, but did you ever physically sign? Nope. No Way Jose says, do you do separate 609 letters? You can do one 609 packet letter, and you can list everything that you're disputing with a copy of your credit report. It's a packet, okay? Once. That's it. One letter. You don't need to send it for each individual item. That could be a pain in the ass. You can put it on one thing, and you're done. That's it. Now, this is the redundancy. At day 14, even if they say it's business days, who cares? It's time for you to cover more of your ass. You're going to go to a place called the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, right? And you're going to do a couple of things. You want to file a complaint against Equifax. You're going to file another complaint against Experian, and you're going to file another complaint against TransUnion. And then you're going to list all of the items that you mailed, and you don't have to provide any evidence, no proof, no nothing to say that this is not your debt or that you shouldn't be responsible for it. All you have to provide is a picture or that image. You'd upload it at the end of your complaint showing that you sent them a return receipt under code under Section 609 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and they have not responded and removed these items off your report. CFPB fires over a message. And by the way, now that the administration, as far as government, has changed, the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau was kind of a brainchild of Elizabeth Warren. And this is one benefit that you have is with them in power now is the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau is back to breaking people's balls. Okay. So when you submit that complaint, now that goes to all three bureaus. Bang, bang, bang. Right? You know what the bureaus are going to do? Man, we don't want that smoke. You know what I'm saying? You're in a clapped out Honda Civic. You might have a bottle of nitrous in the back, but a dude just rolled up next to you with a demon, and you see the nitrous coming out the side. You don't want that smoke. Believe me, they don't want that issue. So what they're going to do is, and now all those items that you had listed in the 609 letter just came off your report. What does that mean for you? Credit score goes up. How much? A lot. So you have people that you could say your credit score is like 550 and you had like 6 or 7 negative items on your report. And now all of those items are gone on all three bureaus. Instantly, it's done. Hold on. All right, my bad, guys. If your parents owe on their old cell phone account, it's been a bit, and they have a collection agency, never pay. And that's another thing. That's gonna be a whole separate video. But for the purposes of today, understand this: never, ever, 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 ever pay collections. Never, never do it. Eric Drummond says, "What's good, bro? I actually have a question for you. Let's say you don't get a certain thing cleared off in your report. How long does it typically stay? 7 years. If it's going to be on your report for 7 years, and the only thing that I can guarantee you that you're never going to get off your credit report are federally backed student loans. They ain't never coming off. Anything else, I don't care what it is. Foreclosed house, repoed cars, bad credit cards, all of that stuff can come off like this. It's like hitting the reset button without going through bankruptcy. Now, things that you have and they have all their paperwork in order, physically signed for, you're stuck with that. Because if the creditor is actually able to respond in appropriate amount of time and they submit your signed contract, the contract that you signed, you're done. Yeah, no problem, Eric. No problem. Does anybody else have any questions on how 609 works or anything of that nature? And I'll try to answer those as well. Medical bills. John, medical bills are probably one of the easiest things to remove off a credit report. And good news, medical bills cannot be used in any way, even though, look, we both know that they do, but medical bills legally cannot be used against you in buying a house, buying a car, getting a credit card. They're not supposed to be used, even if they're in collections, on your report as a matter that determines your score. Even though it does, the bureaus don't care. They still will ding your score or deny you an offer of credit because of medical bills. That said, medical bills are the easiest to remove. Let me tell you why. No hospital or group of hospitals, because it's not usually just one, it's a group or medical group, ever wants to disclose how much a procedure, x-rays, or any of that stuff actually costs. No bullshit. There's a whole industry of people that negotiate medical bills on this. And they never, ever, 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 ever want to disclose how much money it costs for you to get that ambulance ride or how much money it actually costs for you to get that broken leg set. They just don't. And they're not going to disclose it. So you know what the medical company, you know what the hospital or the collector for the medical billing is going to do when they get hit with a 609 letter? Nope, we're good. We're straight. We're not submitting anything. Off your report it goes. Because they'd much rather take a loss on never collecting a dime from you than bending everybody else over, putting Vaseline on their ass, and fucking them. That's just how that works. No Way Jose says, do you have to submit proof of your identity? Yes, we covered that at the beginning. You're going to need a copy of your social security card and at least a copy of your driver's license front and back, ID. You could also use other forms of ID like a passport, military ID. Do not make if you're in the military, do not make a copy of your CAT card. That's a quick way to go to jail. Don't do that. There's secondary forms of photo ID that you have as well. Vlogging with Angie and says they took me to court and now I have to pay $7,000 for a 2006 Dodge Caravan, even though they sold it at an auction. So you have a judgment against you, right, Angie? That doesn't mean shit. If there's a court judgment against you for the vehicle and they sold it, they're only entitled to whatever the balance was. Now, and that's now I don't know if it was done in, I'm assuming, state court wherever you're at. I'd have to research what your laws are as far as judgment. As far as credit is concerned, you can still get that pulled off your credit report. Now, here's the sucky part, and I'm sure it was probably like this rinky-dink fucking car lot, probably. These credit repair, mom and pop car lots, they do that. They will take your ass to court, sue you, get a judgment against you. Yeah, and they're trying to garnish your checks. Now, you can put a stop to all of that, Angie. Real simple. You want to hit, I would definitely tell you, if it's on your credit report, to hit them with a 609 letter, and then they have to get all their paperwork in order. And if they're missing, check this out. If they're missing one document, one thing that they're missing that doesn't have your signature on it or is not done the right way, they're done. Get them out of here. It's a wrap. And once it comes off your credit report, they can pound sand. Now, as far as the judgment goes in court, I don't know if you were represented by an attorney or you represented yourself, but I would highly recommend, and it's not cheap, hiring a local attorney to look at it and trying to get the judgment removed. Because here's the thing. They just want money. Now, if they got the van back, repoed it, and sold it at auction, they're only entitled to whatever the balance was of that note, period. All right. Now, the letters need to be notarized. We're going to get to that in a minute, DJ Lady, JTV. They did a Zoom conference. You were by yourself. Yeah. You definitely should consult with a local attorney where you're at. Depending on the laws where you're at, you could have different, you could get that judgment thrown out for different due process claims. What I would say, you know what? Instead of even, I don't even know if he does stuff like that, but are you on Instagram, Angie? Because if you're on Instagram, let me show you an attorney that I follow. Most of y'all know him as Law by Mike, or he's on TikTok, Lawyer by Mike. What's up, Big Chief? Yeah, Zay, to be able to remove the inquiries is huge, man. is his name is Michael Mandel. So Medell. All right. It's Law by Mike. I don't want to show my private chat. Hold on. Mike is a good dude, man. Let me see if it'll load. This is Law by Mike. All right. I don't know if you guys. Let me turn my bright. I hate that cameras get blown out over bullshit. All right. This is Law by Mike. You can see him right there. Okay. They know he's known as a TikTok lawyer. You can literally send him a DM, and he will give you free advice on general law, even if it's different in your state. So definitely hit him up. Solid dude. Right. 2020 Tesla. That's a big part of it. John, there isn't a, I'm going to put the template of the letter in the description after the live stream. What that means is I'm going to like copy the letter that I use and I'm going to paste it in the description. You can literally just rip that right from the description. I'm going to put instructions and all of that right in the description to make this as easy as possible. And then you just have to follow the steps that we talked about it. Big Chief said his credit's so low it don't even register. Damn, you got that limbo credit, huh? How low can you go? You got that cha-cha slide credit? That's foul, man. That's foul. Damn, man. So, today he said 489. You could turn that around, Big Chief, in like a month with a couple of stamps, printing a couple forms. And I know let me answer that question from DJ now. Do you need to notarize the letter? Now, if you're in a area that requires it, yeah. If you don't want to do research on 609, it's different in different states. Like some states have different laws, but it wouldn't hurt to just notarize it. Get it notarized when you sign it, because you're going to sign the bottom of that letter with your signature. Okay. Make sure it is very close or matches the signature on your driver's license. That's another way that they try to be like, we don't really know if this is you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, GJ Lady JTV, I would say do that. Credit Karma says your score is 814. Yeah, that's ridiculous. We call that fuck you credit. And what that means is you someone's gonna not like that I'm swearing, but I'm gonna be honest. We call that fuck you credit. That means you can walk in to a car dealership, if that's your thing, and say, let me get that. And if you already have your own financing, we're going to talk about that in a separate video, but you could literally walk in to a car lot and be like, give me that. And no proof of income, no nothing, no shit. Because the robot, the computer on the other side, when they submit the application, they will literally nut on themselves. This is literally, they're going to be fighting for that loan. Okay. Because you have an 800 credit score. They don't even care about income. That they're not asking to verify shit, because it's a robot that's making that decision at this point. And as long as your stated how much you said you make is high enough, you could go sign for whatever the hell you wanted. That's how that works when your score is that high. So yes, USA's laugh out loud. I'm serious though. Yeah, Ryan, and here's the thing. This is the thing that sucks really bad, because here in the United States, they don't teach you guys about credit, and our credit system is a lot different than it's done everywhere else in the world. You know, like if you move to Dubai, if you move to the United Arab Emirates today, you could go down there, get a mortgage for a $300,000 house, and go sign a note on a Lambo, and they're going to give it to you off your word. Credit's there is a little different. If you don't pay your bill, you go to jail. They will put your ass in prison for not paying what you said, because your word actually means something there. Your bill. Facts. Go look it up. You could literally just move there and be like, let me get that Gallardo. Done. So I'm going to use that line when you get into the 800s, Zay. You said, I got that fuck you credit. Yeah, that's what you should do. Is it better to get a loan from a credit union bank? Uh, it depends on what you're looking for. Here's the thing. Everybody gets caught up on what the interest rate is. And I'm not saying go sign a 20% interest rate loan. Never do that. But if you have a loan from like, we'll talk about a car for a minute. Let's say you're going to buy a 2021 Tahoe, right? And you have 2.9 is being offered by your credit union, but Wells Fargo is offering it to you at 3.9, 1% difference. The credit union's note, what you need to look out for is what they call interest front loaded loans, right? You can figure that out. If you ever look at your car payment, look and see how much of it when you first buy a car goes to interest every month and how much is actually going to the principal. Like if people that don't pay attention to that shit, you see what I'm saying? And dealers that also mess with the interest rate, that's front loaded interest because the dealers wants to get paid first. So you might be like, damn, I made 6 months of payments and my principal hasn't moved because you're paying the dealer the 2% or the 2.5% that they bumped up your interest rate that they got from the loan. That's called getting paid on the back end. And that's I'm going to do a whole separate video on how not to get fucked at a car dealership. I'm probably going to do that on the car channel though, but maybe I'll do it. I'll post it on both channels. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, no problem, Angie. Eric says, I tell you right now, real talk, they didn't teach us about credit until senior year of high school. And maybe we learned about it for all the 2 weeks and then that was it. Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah. Zay is a prime example right there. And here's the thing. Yeah, Big Chief facts. So here's the thing. When and here's the finance people will look at you fucked up if you're going to finance your car and you go, okay, that's a good interest rate, but is the interest front loaded? They're gonna be like, oh fuck, because it's in the contract. If you actually read it, it'll tell you what the APY is, right? And it will tell you, like how much of it is up front. You see what I'm saying? But no, who reads that CVS receipt that you sign when you buy a car? Nobody reads that shit. No, everybody's like, okay, I've been here for Why do you think they keep you at the dealership for like 4.5 or 5 hours talking about, oh, we're gonna run some numbers or we got to? They want you to sit there until you get so fucking tired that you're when it's time for you to go through finance that you're like this. They don't want you to look at what the fuck you're signing. Just facts. I'm gonna do a full video on this, on how not to get screwed at a car dealership and how to bend the dealer over and hit them with no Vaseline. That's coming soon. But buying a house can be like that, Big Chief. It depends on your score and the house you're buying and what you're trying to do. Right now, the housing market is sweet. Even if your credit's not straight, they're back to writing notes to people in the 500. So, I mean, you might pay 11% interest on that mortgage, which is insane. But it is what it is. So, if do you guys have any other questions on the 609 credit repair or credit letters? Let me know. What an application to be like TK. Damn, bro. Wow. Or have the finance guy who talks your head off to distract you. Yep. True. Yep. Uh-oh. You hear all my phones buzzing. Hey, I just got monetized on TikTok. Look at that. Maybe I need to start doing money stuff on TikTok too. There it is. Look, I'm part of the creator fund now. That's awesome. Yay. How can I fix that 489? Well, Big Chief, I would tell you to do this exact process that I covered in this video today. Doing the 609 credit letters is huge. Look, let me just partake a very small piece of wisdom into you guys. You know why rich people stay rich, right? Because they don't tell poor people how to get there. Okay. It's in rich people's interest to keep y'all motherfuckers poor. I mean, it's just facts. It just is what it is. Robel, I don't know if I'm gonna do a live stream on the car channel tonight. I might. We'll see if there's an appetite for it. The last one I did, it wasn't crazy. And every time I do a live stream, if it's not busy, it kills the channel. Like it takes me a month to get back to getting to the normal sub numbers and shit. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do one on More with TK because I don't care about that channel. But yes, 2020 Tesla. If your credit score is high enough, you can literally say, now I'm not telling you to do that because it's illegal. If you say you make more than you do, and that's a that's a bank fraud. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. Do people do it all the fucking time? Yes, they do. But if you're going, what's the probability of somebody coming in and checking? Not high. Should you do it? I'm not going to tell you to do it. All I can tell you is what the law is on that. That said, if you have an 800 plus credit score and I walk into Bob's Lamborghini in bumfuck USA and I say, let me get that Gallardo, that used Gallardo for 71,000. Here's my credit app, and they see you have an 800 credit score. You can say, here's how much I make, and they're like, here's the keys. That's how that works. Again, a lot of the people, here's another thing too. You could be rich and broke. You know that? You could be fucking stupid rich and still be broke. Let me explain how this works. If you have amazing credit, you have access to capital. Let me give you an example. If all of my money dried up tomorrow, let's say the market turned, everything I have in investments was gone, Bitcoin went in the shitter, everything was done, would I be screwed? Nope. You see this? That's all credit cards. And it looks a little thicker than last time I did this, right? I put more of them in there. But all of these cards add up to a little bit over $230,000. Now, those are actual cards. They're not store cards. They're not your Best Buy cards. They're just credit cards. I could cash those cards out to the tune of about $222,000 cash, and I could fire something back up, invest in something, make an option call on a stock or something, and double that money up in a week. It's possible. So this is why, again, rich people stay rich and poor people are broke as fuck, and they're fighting to get into that Hyundai accent. It is what it is. But this is why, this is just my little way of saying, look, because look, I didn't grow up rich. I grew up in South Boston, Massachusetts. I was in the Irish hood. You know what I'm saying? So, no. But when you start getting money, and this is what people that will tell you that came from nothing and now have something, when you come from shit and then you make something of yourself and you're around other people that are like that, you get to see that. And you get to see that they're like, fuck these poor people. We ain't telling them shit. So that's why I try to take this kind of like these little, we call these silver bullets. The 609 credit letter, that's a silver bullet. That's like, pow, bye. So that's what I wanted to cover with you guys today. That's why I wanted to get this live stream in, because I really, really wanted to do this. Now, some people said, I actually saw a comment, and you might have seen me respond to it, and then I blocked them off the channel. And it's kind of sad. Somebody that's followed this channel for a long time, when I was doing something else before I got really sick. And for some of y'all that don't know, I've had cancer a few times. And the last time I was really, really, really bad. And I had to shut down what I was doing. And this was 5 years ago, trying to help people do crypto investing and stuff back then. But anyway, this person put in a comment and was like, yeah, you said you were going to live stream the other day, but you didn't stream. Newsflash, this is why it's so important for you guys to smash the thumbs up button when you come in, especially on things that deal with finance and money. Just me talking about stuff in the stream the other day, they had enough people flag that live stream and that video that YouTube, they didn't hit me with a strike, but they limited my ability to live stream. Couldn't stream. I came in the next day. I was like, okay, we're gonna knock this live stream out and talk about 609 credit letters. Couldn't do it. Had no ability to live stream. So I come in today. I get the notification. I literally got the notification that said I could live stream. And what did I do? I immediately came in and I knocked this live stream out for you guys today because I want to pass on this information. Unfortunately, for the person that wrote that comment and said, yeah, we'll see if he ever actually follows through and gives us the information. I wasn't disrespectful. Normally, if you're a troll or I consider you a troll in the comments, I would tell you to eat a dick with a quickness. I didn't do that to this individual because he has been around for a long time. Could have been having a bad day. Everybody does, but I got no time for bullshit. I don't need to be giving out this information or talking about it or helping people fix their credit. I ain't got to do that shit. I don't. I'm doing this on my time because I feel like doing it. This channel is not monetized. I don't get shit from this channel. Period. Nothing. Zero. I'm doing it just to try to help people out. That's it. Yeah, Zay, I know. So I just hit him with that good old fashioned block party. And they'll probably see this video later and feel like a total dumbass, but it is what it is. That said, I want to thank you guys very much for coming into the live stream today. We're a little bit over 45 minutes. You guys can comment below about what you guys want me to talk about next, whether it's car notes, whether it's how to build credit. Hey, no problem, no problem, Tech Level Mom. She said one reason why I love you. That's what's up. Whether you want to talk about how to get the best note when you're financing a car, or whether it's how to build credit, I got a bunch of new tools that there's other tools that I've been using. Investing in the stock market, John, we can cover that too. What I want to do is I want to start doing maybe morning live streams on the stock market part because I want to take you guys with me on trades. Like I'm going to take this Robinhood account that doesn't have much in it now because I moved most of my funds to Webull. And I want to do a live stream where like in the morning when I'm day trading, I can show you guys some of the stocks that I'm buying and selling in the morning. And you guys can follow that process for you guys that are interested in that. Yeah, no, I'll keep it a buck, John. I mean, and here's the thing. I'm not always right. I've made trades and lost my ass. So it happens. Is Webull better than Robinhood? Let me say this. From what I see so far, yes. And let me tell you why. Remember I told you rich people want to keep poor people fucking poor? Robinhood is great. It's free, doesn't cost shit. But if you day trade and you don't have more than 25,000 in the account, they want to slap you. They restrict your account. That's some bullshit. Webull don't do that. You could day trade with $200. They give no shits. So, as much as I love Robinhood, and I really, really, really do, Robinhood is good for the person that wants to dabble into the stock market, that wants to get in for free and not invest any of their money. You could sign up for Robinhood. I'll put a link in the description when I put the 609 letter, and I'll put a link to Webull. But you could sign up for Robinhood and not invest shit. They're going to give you a free stock. You might get lucky and get a stock that's worth a couple $100. That shit was free. It didn't cost you a dime. You can cash it out. You can sell the stock and cash it out in 30 days. Facts. Okay. Webull's different. They want you to have skin in the game. So you can sign up for a free account. And when you do a $100 transfer, they give you 2 free stocks. But they only do that when you have actual money in the account. Robinhood gives no fucks. They're just giving out free stock like the dude with the van that says free candy on the side. Talking about, here, you want some Jolly Ranchers? They might have some Bill Cosby in them, but do you want some Jolly Ranchers? Nah, man. You don't want to be That's the thing that's the difference between Robinhood and whatnot. Um, 2020 Tesla, you're right. I think Robinhood really showed their ass. They really showed themselves during the GameStop. Listen, if you think for a second that Robinhood, now some people are going to say, oh, it was about liquidity and this and that. And yeah, Robinhood probably didn't have enough money to cover the shit that was on their ledger. Facts. But if you don't think for a second that these hedge funds managers weren't on the phone at Robinhood and telling them to shut down this fucking trading so that stock would crash so they could protect, these are people that make decisions that if, and I don't want to get into a long discussion on this, but if you think the people that run the government are the people that you see on TV, whoever you voted for president, you got another thing coming. I don't know what to tell you. The people with the bread make the decisions in this country. That's facts. I don't care. I don't care who's in office. The people with this are the people that make actual decisions. And the people are going to be like, well, that's not true because if a Democrat's in office, the billionaires make less money. Do you really think that fucking Warren Buffett or Bill Gates or insert billionaire here, Carlos Slim, because I think he moved up here from Mexico full time now, right? Or Elon Musk gives a fuck if they pay an extra 3 or 4 million in taxes next year when they're still making billions and billions. They don't give a fuck. They don't care about paying 4 million extra in taxes. They're at the point where they could never spend all the money they have for the rest of their lives. So for those that are like, oh man, that's not true. They don't. The people with the money run this country. Facts. And it's not just this country. That's any country in the world. So, Robert said, me for president? They'd never let me be president. Listen, I couldn't be president. I'd solve a lot of problems real quick. Some countries would instantly be turned to glass. See, we're not going there. And some people will get that reference and some won't. But yeah, would have world peace real quick. I couldn't be president. Some people you never want to be president. You don't want some people with the nuclear codes. Let me just put it like that. Yeah, Zay is right. 4 million to them is like $4. Big facts. Big facts. They don't care. But yeah, damn. Look at Robel. He busted me down to governor, and then he was like, "Yeah, or mayor." Yo, president to governor to mayor, man. Whew. Anyways, I hope that some of the stuff that we talked about today, I know we were kind of all over the place, but most of the stuff that we were talking about today dealt specifically with 609 credit letters and credit repair. Now, what I'm going to do, once this becomes a video, it takes about 10 minutes or so, maybe 15 minutes once the live stream ends, if we keep it under an hour, okay? You can go to the description and you're going to see the instructions on how to do it and a form letter, basically like what you can use to make your own letter to send this in. I definitely recommend the notary if you can afford it. It's cheap. Look, the whole process of you sending these out to the bureaus with certified mail, return receipt, and maybe a notary. Let's say you paid $10 for each packet to mail it, notarize, and everything, right? $30 to get all that dirty shit off your credit report and have access to better funds, better money, better interest rates, and a better life. I think $30 is worth that. It's much better than paying a credit repair company $100 a month. My thought. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'll put that information in the description. You guys will get to see that here very soon. If you have any other questions or comments, or you see this on the replay, you can hit the comment section and I will try to respond to every comment that's in there. Pretty simple. With that said, I want to thank everybody for coming through today on the Keep It 100 Money live stream. You can follow me on Twitter on the money aspect things of Keep It 100 Credit on Twitter, just how it sounds. And maybe we'll get a TikTok. Maybe we'll get a TikTok, and I'll start doing little short minute clips on how to fix your credit and how to build your credit and things I recommend. How about that? Maybe we'll do that. Anyways, major salute to all y'all. I will see you guys next time. in the comments below, you guys need to comment on what the next live stream or video should be, whether it's financing a car, buying a house, getting a specific credit card that you want, or building credit. You guys can pick whatever whatever the best aspect is. Tech Lava Mama, yeah, you can hit me up on hit me up on my TK's Garage Instagram, and I'll respond to that ASAP. But with that said, thank you guys very much for watching. And there's no comment section. Robel, there's not going to be a comment section until it pops up as a video. So it'll pop up as a video here in about 2 or 3 minutes, I'm guessing.